Hi, you guys. So I don't know what happened with that last live. I cannot get this done today. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, so I wanted to come on and to touch on Oshay Duke Jackson and Tommy Sotomayor kind of going at it over this whole viral moment on that other podcast. So Tommy is still milking the moment, right? He's still like he made about 500,000 videos about whatever would happen at the podcast. And now he's saying that his foot is injured. Now, your foot wasn't injured. All these 500,000 videos you'd already put up, but all of a sudden, all the, now you know you have a foot injury, right? You guys remember he was making all kind of videos right after the situation happened. Never said anything about his foot. Now, at least I didn't hear anything about the foot. I didn't hear any other YouTubers talking about the foot. So, but all of a sudden now he has this foot injury. Um, and then he went in on Oshay Duke Jackson, I guess, over some things that Oshay had to say. What I'm going to do is play. Oh my God. I know y'all hear that. Okay. Lord. Anyway, I'm going to let you guys hear what Oshay had to say a little bit, what he had to say. He's speaking on the interview between Shay Means and Tasha K when she was on her podcast, but he is going to say that he don't like Tommy. I'm going to let you guys hear what he had to say.
Which that isn't the case. All right, that could have maybe happened when Myron was trying to restrain him, but you said that your life was threatened. You felt threatened, so you did what you did. You did. You hit Tommy, and then Myron came over there and tried to stop him. That's what happened. And see, you want to be able to put your hands on people because they say something to you. They call you out your name. They say stupid things to you. Let me just say this real quick. What if you're a black man and you're cursing out the police and they shoot you? Are you going to say that he has a right to do that? No. You're going to say that he don't have the right to do that. Black Lives Matter. It's police brutality. Or if a black woman, okay, listen to what I'm saying, is talking shit to black men and then he hits her. Oh! You're not going to be able to say that, right? Because he should be able to control his composure, correct? And even though I did like to see people acting a fool on Fresh and Fit, the reality is that although Tommy should have never been dealing with her in Fresh and Fit, from what I understand, he didn't know that the girl was going to be there. It's still Tommy's fault. But did he deserve to get hit by the lady? Well, in real sense, no. Him calling her names doesn't give her the right to put hands on him. Although in the streets, we live a little bit by a different rule. At no point was her life in danger. At no point did she have that right. But Tasha K wants to give her that right. Let me just say this. As much stuff as black women say every day to guys, should they have the right to hit them? No. You'll be talking about how black men are abusing black women and all kind of other stuff. And let me just say this, Tasha K always talks about, how black women are getting, disrespected by certain black men, the same black men that carried him and all this. Tasha, let's not, let's be real about this here, okay? I've heard you previously and never apologized for it, disrespect black African-American men for your African husband. Call black men B words and all kind of other stuff, all right? So you have a hatred for African-American men. I've heard you talk about it before. Maybe a strong dislike or a discontent for them or malcontent for them, all right? So we're not going to act like, you don't have any issues with the African-American community or African-American men community. And I know people can evolve their positions. You haven't with that. You said that recently, all right? And you hate Europeans.
Anyway, so yeah, he started trying to go in on Tasha as well. Now, I don't even know if Tasha know who Oshay Duke Jackson is. Child. I don't know. But yeah, so he was pretty much saying he don't like Tommy, even though he doesn't like Tommy. Shay did not have a right to touch him. But like I said, if you guys really look at that video, there was already someone there even before anything took place. So she's stating that the guy was pushed into her, and that's what upset her. Now, he's saying that he has a foot injury. How is that possible? First of all, you made, like I said, you made all these videos and you never brought up the foot injury until now. But how is that possible when before anything could even take place, people were already in between them? So if your foot is hurt, then you were injured by someone who works for that podcast. And I think that's where your lawsuit is, if you think you have one. That's just my opinion, but I guess the judge and the jury and lawyers and all that will be they will make the final say in all of that. And so Tommy goes in on O'Shea as well, and he kind of says that he is the father of the Black Manosphere, and he was saying a bunch of stuff. He was also saying O'Shea went to Africa. I shouldn't laugh because it's not funny. It's really not. It's not funny at all, to be honest. But I do think O'Shea has a video up talking about a trip to Africa, so it's kind of making me think back on that. But he was saying that he was caught in some some ring while he was over there. He was arrested. Now O'Shea has made it very. I mean, it's just well known that he gets caught up in stuff like that. Like he has talked about taking trips to Brazil, right? And I think he even moved over there. I don't know if where he lives now, but I know he a couple years ago he was saying that he lived in Brazil. So I don't know where he lives, but let me just play a little bit of what Tommy had to say.
Slave masters slept with black women and they don't like it. But you only see me with black women, dating black women, children with black women. You even hear me on the show saying, I love black women, specifically the dark skin. But I have a problem with their actions and I'm going to speak about it. Now you claim that you speak about women, but you want to be with women. So let me ask you something, old face.
My job is to make college easier because students have a lot.
Not to have commercials coming on.
If the logic in which you're trying to push on your video that I sleep with the same chicks I talk about, so do you and the rest of the manosphere. Y'all wake up every day to talk about women, 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 what women do wrong, what women say wrong, what women go wrong, women, 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 women. So by that logic, you shouldn't be caught sleeping with women. You should only sleep with men. Can I get an amen? If you feel the way you feel in both ways, that I shouldn't sleep with women or those black women because I don't like them, then you shouldn't sleep with women at all because you don't like them. The manosphere should be the rainbow flag, a sphere. That's what it should be right now. Y'all shouldn't be dating anything with women because your logic is you can't criticize that which you like. Then you try to say, I hide sleeping with ratchets. Anybody want to tell them how long I've been doing my show and what I've said in my show? Sir, you're just a liar. And why would you lie? But that's why you won't come on my show. That's why you don't click the button when it's time for the show. Matter of fact, let me tell you something, what I know you do. You sit there and you watch my show, you pull out a notepad, and you take notes, and you try your best to be me. Because that's the best you've ever been in your life. Is a bootleg, broke down, old-faced version of me. I was the man that made you feel good about yourself, which even gave you the confidence to come to YouTube to put that old face on camera to talk. Now, I'm probably about 10 years older than you, but people watching would never be able to see it. People watching would think you were older than me. Sir, I thought you were older than me until you said differently. Now let's get back to the video. I don't know what all the cry faces and the laughter would be about, but what about the movement that you guys were supposed to be pushing? You have such disdain for me, a man who's never done anything to you that while talking to me, you started yelling out, "You on child support"? Do I know you? Do you know me? Do you know my baby's mamas? Have you heard me online complaining about I'm on child support? Have you seen them making videos online talking about he's on child support? You as a man try to talk about what women do to men, and now you're bigging up what women do to men. Because it's me. Whatever happened to you men having this thing called integrity? Boldface, integrity would not allow you to speak on this issue at all. Or it would allow you to speak on it factually.
Anyway, so y'all know he think he is the master of spinning a narrative, honey. First of all, I'm sorry, Tommy and O'Shea, you guys are the same person. Let's just go ahead on and be honest about that. Both of you guys are hypocrites. Both of y'all say stuff you don't mean. I mean, I do agree with him. As much as they wake up talking about women, and I have a video well, I haven't said, but I was working on a video today, and I'm not gonna be able to get it up probably until tomorrow. But I had a little encounter with someone today, and I really wasn't trying to. Um, but I'm gonna put that video up tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, I don't get it. I was just saying this in that other video as well. Like, if you guys don't like women, why are you talking about them? You don't like black women, talk about who you do like. Why are you talking? We're certainly not asking for your attention, especially y'all too. Like, let's just keep it real. And then a lot of these guys are out here spinning this narrative that somehow Shay is she had some type of relationship outside of this podcast with Tommy, and she has already made it very clear that she was not interested in him and she did not make content with him. But these guys are still out here trying to push that. Trust and believe, if Tommy would have touched this young lady, he would leak it, whatever. He would find some kind of way to put that video out here. So she's telling the truth about that. I believe her. And I think you should as well, because you know good and well he would be on OnlyFans trying to sell that video, or he would definitely talk about it if anything happened between them. And I think that's what he's upset about. Nothing happened between them, and he's upset about that. You know, he went on and on and on about O'Shea, calling him old face. And I will have to admit, I've been hearing people say that O'Shea is only like 30 something. I thought he was a little older myself. Can't lie. Um, and I think it's just the way he carries himself as well. Yeah, I thought he was older as well, but I guess some black dude crack. I don't know. Anyway, so he just goes on and on talking about O'Shea in the video for pretty much, and the rest of the Black Manosphere as well. I guess some of them are saying things against Tommy, and then some of them, are some of them are trying to defend him and say things about Shay, push this narrative that she's upset because he messed around with her and her friend, when she has already made it very clear that she left and went home. She did not do anything with Tommy. She was not interested in him like that. But anyway, let me know what you guys think about what Tommy had to say in this foot injury. First of all, like I said, he made like 500,000 videos right after that podcast incident. Okay, probably the same night. He never said anything about his foot. Now, all these many days later, all of a sudden you have a fractured toe or something that he's saying. And you should, yeah, I've never heard of that. But how you discover you hurt your foot, how many this many days later? Um, but yeah, if anything, if you were hurt, if your foot is something wrong with your foot, then you can blame the guys that got it between you guys. Like I said, if you have a lawsuit, it's probably against that podcast. And that's probably who you need to blame for your foot injury if it is in fact real. I don't know what's going on with the lawsuit. She, of course, stated that her lawyers were going to go to court for her when she was talking to Tasha. I don't see an updated video about any of that on her channel, so she's probably going to wait and see how things turn out before she says anything else about it. Of course, he's going to drag it. He's going to drag this as he can drag it. As long as people are clicking on these videos, he's going to keep dragging the whole topic. Um, so I guess he just decided to come up with some injury to really keep the whole conversation going. And then, of course, like I said, as you can hear, he today he was touching on, yesterday he was touching on the Black Manosphere, and O'Shea for saying, that he didn't like Tommy and that Tommy was wrong for even, going at the girl in the first place because they already had some type of history with each other, you know, and that's kind of really, it sounds like that's what he was really upset over. Like I said, she did not want to hang out with him or create content with him. And so I think when he got the opportunity to get her on this podcast, and since he had already had some type of relationship with those guys, he may have already wanted to talk to her anyway. That's probably why he reached out to her in the first place, because she said that she was on their podcast 2 or 3 times before she ever even met Tommy. So that's probably is what happened. And then, she didn't want to create content with him. She wasn't interested. So his feelings was hurt because now he had to go back to these guys and kind of say nothing happened, right? And that's kind of what I think is really what all of this comes down to. But as you can hear, he finally admitted that he is blowing smoke about not liking black women. Because yeah, I mean, you have to make that make sense. You said all this stuff about black women, but then you making all these videos with black girls and black women, and you make it children. So make it make sense. Anyway, and then he said somebody was bringing up his child support. Yeah, you probably are on child support though, Tommy. You're like, let's be real about that. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about this conversation in the comments. This whole foot injury, what he had to say about the Black Manosphere and O'Shea Duke Jackson in particular. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.